slowly we stopped the swinging and then started doing like threesomes and all of that stuff, and then it turned into me pretty much telling him I'm sleeping with whomever I want and you're just going to sit in the corner and watch.
So you became the master, kind of.
I did. I am.
Welcome to the S.Banks and the JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S.Banks, and I'm Joe, my co-host.
JD.
What are we talking about today?
Are women this savage nowadays?
Yes. We have 3 clips for you today. Listen, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a shocker. You're going to get some shocks in this. We're going to play the clips, come back, give you our thoughts. I didn't want to waste any time. Let's jump right in. Here's clip number 1.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
How much money do you make? Like, I don't want to seem like interested in like money and stuff, but I just want to come out from the get-go to tell you, like,
I think
I'm not a gold digger or anything, but I just don't go out with broke boys.
I made good enough.
And I know you just took me to Applebee's, like, I get it. Maybe you don't want to take me to the most fanciest place, like on the first date, but never again are you gonna take me here.
Next time we could go somewhere else. But
Like, Applebee's is not acceptable.
I'm
I'm high
We're
end.
just getting to know each other. You're not even my girl.
Well, yeah,
Come on.
but this is dating to marry, right?
Well, who knows?
And if I date, it's not to waste my time, so I'm not gonna be going out and going to, cheap restaurants.
Okay. That was the end of that clip. I'll just say this off the rip. Fellas, if you ever go on a date with a woman and she's asking about your money, how much money you make, this is a red flag. She's saying, not that I'm a gold digger or anything, but yet she's asking about the money. I just want to highlight the obvious. What's some of your thoughts?
I will first say this. I like people who are very straightforward. They like to get to the point. This is what it is. I can respect it to some point. She's letting it be known. Now, I also think that there's definitely a way to say things. Even if you're trying to be straightforward, there's a way to say things to people. That's why she's trying to backtrack a little bit and say, I'm not a gold digger or anything, but
it is a money thing. I agree with you. There is a way to say things, but come on now.
I agree with you. So I'm just saying there's a way to say things. And this was just not a great example, basically. So, like, to me, she just sounded like another entitled modern woman once again. Like, how she came across. Now, I'm not saying that. Okay, she meant it like that. Obviously, she said it. It's pointless me beating around a bush.
Exactly. I'm not speculating on what she could have meant.
That's what she said, and that's how she said it. So that's how she meant it, obviously. But asking a man, how much money do you make? Like, first of all, it's none of your goddamn business how much money I make. And if this is a first date, is this really a great impression that you're making of yourself?
She's saying not only how much money do you make, but
you brought me to Applebee's, cheap restaurant, complaining, saying certain things, and he's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I date for marriage.
Yeah, but okay. So he makes a certain piece, right? Mm-hmm. You ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? That's offensive, right? Mm-hmm. So what she brings to the table is probably some good cat. If that, we know it's going to be used and abused cat. So sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Okay.
I'm just saying, what do you bring to the table? Okay, I tick those boxes. I make a certain P. Okay. I take you to a nice restaurant. Okay, let's flip the equivalent of that. Do you have a banging body? Are you submissive? Are you certain things that those men want? All you have is good cat. But sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Sometimes the cat ain't good either.
Sometimes. Most of the time it ain't. Just saying, innit?
I think it was definitely a turn off for him. Fellas, put in the comments if it was a turn off for you and why. And also for yourself, I'm extending the question to you also.
I
Was that a
had,
turn off when she mentioned how much money do you make?
yeah, it's a red flag, as I said. Like, I've been on dates and women have asked me that question, or they've asked me some jacked up ish, and it's like, okay, cool. You can ask. I'm very blunt. I'm straightforward. But like you were saying, there's ways of saying things. But why do you want to know about my finances? Like, get to know me. She's more concerned of how much are you going to spend on me when you know she got some dude piping her down that ain't got no money. So it's just what she can get out of me without giving me anything for it.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Do you see why men nowadays don't want to take women on dates?
Of course, I can see that.
Exactly.
It's-
Because it's like that. You got women that do the foodie call, right? Remember it was booty call? Now there's foodie call.
Yep.
Let me get free meals out of men. What about that chick the other day? I think I sent you the thing. It was an Instagram, and the chick goes out, orders her meal,
Oh.
and then she tries to pattern dudes to pay for the food. Do you know how low you have to be?
Exactly.
Like,
Because
come on.
that's honestly the first thoughts I had. I was thinking, that's low. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You dressed up, went to a restaurant
Yeah.
that you think is nice or
Ordered
whatever
the
on a
food.
certain standard. And then you order your food, you're eating, and the desperation on her though, because
Yeah.
she kept looking for her target, right?
Yeah.
Then she found a target and she kept looking at him,
Yeah.
looking, and it's like, do you know how desperate you look? Like this is not the way to go, ladies. It's really not.
I'd say this though. If you're gonna take a woman on a date, keep the date low cost. If she was to come with that, oh, you're not taking me to Hakkasan or the Big Easy or any expensive restaurant, go to a place where it's low cost, it's within budget. So if she tries to act dumb or flakes on you or whatever, you say, I didn't lose too much. Definitely talk to her, screen and vet before doing that. Yes, I would say if she's not even trying to go on a date with you, she's wasting your time. But if you are going to go on a date, keep the cost low, go somewhere where you can actually gauge the lady. And if she ain't where it is, leave. Don't waste your time. Don't think, oh, because I wasted time, I spoke to her for hours. Don't waste any more time thinking, oh, you know what? I don't want to let it go. Sometimes cut your losses.
Yep.
That's what I'd say.
Definitely. Well, okay. For me, it's a first date. Why do a lot of women think they even deserve to be taken to expensive restaurants in the first place? Why do you deserve it? Is it certified? This is for the man now. Is it certified that he can dig out your belly after he spends hundreds of pounds, dollars, whatever, at that expensive restaurant?
You know it is, right?
Is it certified? It's not certified.
You know, it's obviously she's been an a-hole, right? Some might argue different, but I think some people would say maybe the guy should have handled it different. But the thing is this, I think she was just nice. I think she was nice looking. I think her body was banging to why he would kind of accept or kind of play it off, because maybe he's not combative, maybe he's agreeable, and there's no point getting on a hype with this girl. Like, who do you think you are, asking me how much money I make? I think she was just nice, and he kind of let that go, which I don't wrong him in that, but that's what I think it is with that chick.
Average or under, who think that they can demand the same thing as women who are pretty, so women who have pretty privilege. And they can't demand that, but they still go on as if they can.
But even if they're pretty, it doesn't make her exempt from being an a-hole.
Well, yeah,
So
obviously.
she can want what she wants, which is all good. She can shoot for the stars. Does she qualify? That's up for debate. But based on that, I don't see any man in his right mind that's going to take a woman like that seriously. Yeah, he might play along and he might be nice about, the bullshit that she's saying just to get the guts. I don't recommend it. But if you got to do what you got to do, it is where it is. That's my thought on that. I don't know if you can add anything before we jump to the next clip.
I would just say for people that go on dates, just like be down to earth and stuff. Because just because you're on a first date, a lot of women think like she does, oh, you have to take me to expensive restaurants. Why don't you just be down to earth and,
You're wasting your breath there. You're wasting your
cool.
breath
Then you're
there.
just going to have the same
Can't
issues,
tell
but
someone to be
whatever.
down to earth, do what they want to do. The question is this: based on your actions and you as a character, based on another failed talking stage, are you getting the outcomes that you want? Obviously, the answer is where it is. That's food for thought. And that being said, Let's move to clip number 2.
Slowly, we stopped the swinging and then started doing like threesomes and all of that stuff. And then it turned into me pretty much telling him I'm sleeping with whomever I want and you're just going to sit in the corner and watch.
So you became the master, kind of.
I did. I am.
And Dakota, how does that sit with you?
I like it. I enjoy it.
You enjoy it.
Doesn't-
So
I
what
think
does
doesn't really
this
have a
look
choice.
like? I mean, Sarah will bring home men, or tell me what happens.
Yeah, she'll bring home guys, or we'll go meet guys at like hotel rooms or stuff. But normally she just brings them home
Dakota, you'll sit in the room and watch.
to watch and record and stuff like that,
Really?
or whatever the guys want me if they want me to do stuff.
And you have a sex life that continues with Dakota.
No.
So you guys don't have sex.
No.
Not in the traditional sense.
No, not in the traditional sense at all.
Oh, really? So, and Dakota, do you have sex of any sort with anyone?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay. That's the end of that clip. This is the perfect specimen and the state of men today. Men's testosterone levels are the lowest that it's been. This guy says that he's sitting in the corner while his chick is getting smashed by other men. That's what we call a beta male cuck. Don't get me wrong. You got some freaks out there that love that ish, and each to their own. But most masculine men are territorial. Masculine men don't share. They're not going to have multiple men run through their chick, much less sit and watch
Can I say
that
something?
situation. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you, but I agree with what you said. But I think most men in general, not even just masculine men. Of course, a masculine man is not going to allow that to happen. That's just first of all. But he is a man, so I'm sure if you actually look at his whole demeanor and everything, you
Exactly.
can see that he doesn't like this situation.
His head was
It's just
down.
that
Look at his body language. His head was down, like weak.
yes, it's just that he's finished. It's just that his backbone, his front bone, his side bone is all like mashed potato. He has zero confidence, zero self-esteem. He's like, she's a cow. You can see that. She's laughing, chuckling
But if you-
after
okay,
everything that's
If
been
you give a
said.
woman power, she abuses it. To her, giving her that momentary power over this weak dude is euphoric to that woman. I get that. This is why in the Bible they say a woman shouldn't teach. I'm not saying a woman can't have logical thought, but I'm saying she has a snippet of power from a weak man. And if these are the men that's running our society in the next 10 years,
finished.
what type of civilization will we have? Right? That's weak. Obviously, he doesn't like it. Look at his body language. It says it all. Posture, shoulders, head down.
Yeah.
Come on now. I'm just saying.
I felt there was a few different emotions that I felt from watching that. So there was a side of me that felt a little bit sorry for him. There was a side of me that felt like, disgusted in a way.
Disgusted with what?
As in, because you don't have a backbone and stuff. It's like,
So-
nah, stand
so-
up for yourself sort of thing.
So what do you do? Do we wrap him in cotton wool?
no,
Do we put pillows around him?
nope.
Because men have the burdens of performance. Now, if he was to get in great shape, be productive, men don't have no safety net. Either you sink or you swim. Pick
true.
one. And yes, for women, winter's coming. But with us men, we got the burdens of performance. So we got to do what we got to do. A lot of men today are lazy, are weak, and this is the product of that. So this is why women want the top tier men, and most men below that don't really get chicks. They're reported, most men 18 to 30 is virgins. There's a reason. So when these women are for these effeminate men, hey, I'll ask this question, right? Ladies, is this the kind of man you want to be raising, right? Because I think it's important for families. I believe in families. I believe in community. I believe fathers should be in the household, particularly masculine ones. Even if he's not so masculine, that male figure plays a role in
Definitely.
families, right? And men, masculine, strong men, should be present in young boys' lives. But when you see that, like, think about OnlyFans. Fans only, I should say that instead, right? The guys that are paying for those chicks, they're not the men you want.
I know.
They're just happy to engage with these women, because people say, why don't they go on P sites, right? And because they can get the same thing. No, it's because they get attention from women, right? You say to those dudes,
It's an interaction.
yeah, so they get to engage. Oh my days, I can actually speak with this woman. I know her. I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But that's weak.
I know.
That's weak. And you can tell dudes, you know what?
See, that's the part that I find disgusting. Sorry to use that word, but that's just how I feel. A weak man is very unattractive to, I'm going to say, majority of women. It's very unattractive. So watching this guy and his wife is sitting next to him saying, well, it came to a point where I just started sleeping with whoever I wanted. He don't have a choice.
I do what I want to do
Like, what?
when I want to do it.
And he's just sitting there just like,
But I will
well,
ask the question, ladies, is that the kind of sons you want to be raising?
No, and that's not the type of men you want either.
Yeah.
And the person asks, do you even have intercourse with each other? No. What? You're my wife. I can't even have, I can't sleep
and the
with
thing
you.
is this, right? To touch on that, right? In one of my notes is this: women prey on weak men and their lust for bedroom fun. He used to get bedroom fun. He just don't get it no more.
Exactly.
Right? So why is he staying? What's the reason for staying? Because we know for men, a big part is smashing. And if he ain't getting that,
He's staying because of his self-esteem. He has none. Because if he knew he could get chicks, and if his wife knew he can get chicks, she would not even utter such a word or talk about, oh yeah, let's what's the word? When you sleep with other people, forgot the definition of it. You wouldn't even say that. If he could get chicks, really?
options. But there's some guys, right, where they're handsome, body on point, they make P. Like, what's that show? Millionaire Matchmaker, right? And they got all the fundamentals, still can't get chicks because the mentality.
And you're socially awkward.
The mentality is weak. And this is what we're seeing more and more. We're seeing more and more of these kind of men.
Feminine men.
And the men, see, like simps, the weaker dudes, the guys that pay for women's subscriptions, all of those kind of men, they're actually pricing themselves out the market. They didn't realize it. And they're making it actually easier for the top tier men to get women even more easier than they was already getting. This is food for thought. This is food for thought. You're going to have a lot of dudes be like, I'm not that kind of guy. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. It is what it is. What else do you want to add before we play the final clip of today?
Yeah, you mentioned the word cuck. You can put the meaning on the screen if you don't know what it means. But that's exactly what he is. And we have actually done a podcast before in regards to a man that's also another cuck, that we can also tag.
Oh yeah, that dude, isn't it?
Yeah. We can tag that podcast also explaining.
Yeah. And you see many guys.
So I choose to allow my girlfriend to sleep with other men. That doesn't give you the right to call me a cuck. And this is a message for all the people out there using that hateful language. Why don't you try going a day in my shoes, where you are with someone you love very much and you want them to be able to express themselves physically and spiritually in a way that perhaps they can't do with just you. Now, personally, I would never sleep with another woman. I love my girlfriend very much, but I know that her needs require her to have the right to explore that territory. And if it means I have to sleep on the sofa a few days a week, then, so be it. Ultimately, our relationship means more to me than, my ego or my jealousy. So think about what you're saying when you use that word.
Many guys trying to outbid other guys on the chick or out nice the other guy. But the thing is this, you can't buy attraction. You can't simp your way into her pants. You got man them in the chick's friend zone for 15 years. It don't matter. Cut your losses. There's no point trying to say, oh, I'm her friend. Ladies, you can lie too and say, I did, because I know. Chicks, I didn't know he felt that way. I didn't know he viewed me like that. Stop lying. You say he's your friend, right? Okay, cool. Phone him up right now. Say to him, yo, times are hard, I got an itch I need you to scratch. You're going to do that for me? He'll be obliged to.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. That's
Hell
food for thought.
yeah.
That's food for thought. Anyways, and that being said, here's the final clip of today. Here's clip number 3.
Why do you require chasing from a woman as a man? Like, why do you require that?
Because first of all, because I'm a feminist and I believe in equal opportunity. So as a woman, you have the equal right to chase the man that you want, just like you chase the career.
Do you own a gun?
Huh?
Do you own a gun?
No.
We live in New York.
We live in New York.
I would if the gun laws ain't the same.
I would if I could. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
So
have you ever gotten into like a physical altercation with somebody?
Yeah.
Then you're not a feminist.
What?
That innately feminists are nonviolent. That's one of the main pillars of feminism. You cannot like feminism is an ideology.
So the minute you defend yourself, you're not feminist.
Huh?
So the minute you defend yourself, you're not feminist.
So if you what?
The minute you defend yourself, you're not feminist. Is what you're saying?
If it's for self-defense, that's one thing. But if
you didn't ask him that.
If you're resorting to violence as conflict resolution in any way, shape, or form,
you
right? But you didn't ask him that. You asked if you got into a physical altercation.
Let alone you ain't telling all these women that be slapping. They not feminists. Because women be stay putting their hands on a man.
But don't like the thing is with feminism, it's a whole philosophy, it's a whole ideology.
Y'all keep moving a goalpost. It was for equal rights. It was
You
for
have
equal
to
rights and
study
equality,
it.
right?
Feminism has always been a philosophy since the conceptualization of first era feminism, second wave, and third wave feminism. It's
And
always
fourth
been
wave is just
a
I want to be a
philosophy.
man. I want to be superior. Now it now becomes I want to be superior to them. I don't want to be equal to them no more.
No.
Now I want to be superior.
That is
Okay, that's the end of that clip. She went left, right, up, down, circle. She went in,
And
out,
swing it all around.
all around, right? The argument was about putting effort in, right? Now, if women can put in effort for their jobs and careers and anything else that they think is important, why is a man any different? All men say is show some effort. We're chasing you. Give us something back. Give me something to work with.
Yeah.
Some women say, I'm the prize. That's all good. You can feel how you want to feel about yourself, right? But all men are saying is the lack of effort with women today. It's crazy. Are women lazy daters? In my opinion, yes. Which men like one-worded answers? What are you up to, man? NM, i.e. nothing much. So what you been doing today? NM. Okay, cool. You're trying to, there's nothing to work off. They're so lazy. And the thing is this, they're chatting to so much men, but yet they don't have time for that one particular man. So they're like, okay, I got 100 guys to talk to.
Put 5% here, 10% there.
1% there. And then after you stop talking to them, a year later, maybe 6 months.
Hey, big head.
Exactly. You can chime in there.
Hey.
Exactly.
What's up? What you been up to? You still single?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what they like to do. She's talking about feminism.
Equality. She moved the goalpost toe. We forgot what the actual point was.
Exactly.
But the point was women saying men chase and there's no effort.
There is no.
Why is a man going to put effort in to women that show no... There's not. Don't knock me out of all that enthusiasm.
A lot of women don't put in effort when it comes to dating. No, they will. A lot of women do put more effort into their jobs. They'll make sure they're on time. They'll make sure they're dressed appropriately. Their makeup is done. This is done. That's done. That's done. And that's what they do for their job. But when it comes to dating and for their man, or for if they sometimes when they got a man as well, put zero effort too. But if you're dating, and trying to find a man, they put zero effort in. So like you said before, they don't put effort into finding a man. So to be, why do I forget this word?
But they put effort into things of what's of interest to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they're not raised to be wives. Which man wants men actually like the chase.
Mm-hmm.
Courting a woman nowadays, back in the days it was more better. They were more kinder, there was more to work with. Why did women in the older generations get it? Where you got women today, the most loneliest ever, the most depressed, can't get the thing right. Oh, always crying in their car. Another failed talking stage. It's another failed talking stage. I wonder why. There's no effort.
And they don't want to cooperate either.
And this is to the very same men that they say they want.
Mm-hmm. It is. You cannot make this shit
I'm
up.
just saying.
There was at the end of the clip, nearing to the end. What's his name again?
I don't know their names, but the Daily Wrap Up crew, right?
Yeah, we actually done a podcast on them before. I forgot his name. Eli, that's it. Eli. Yeah. He was saying that basically feminism number 4, or whatever you want to call it, how women are pretty much, they want to be men, or they want to be even more superior than men.
Because remember, feminism's all about equality, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it's not really about
They don't want
equality.
to be equal,
You
though.
want to be better than. And that's the problem. And then when men bring up these points, they change the goalposts, make it variables. And then it's like, what was he talking about again? So you're going to get many straw man arguments. Then it's like, what was she saying again? Like, you know what? I say this, there's no point sitting debating with women like this because you're wasting your time. For us, it's good as it creates content, but realistic in real life, if you're trying to make a change, nah, because the podcast we done with the feminist Becky, and she was talking about women being sold a dream. That's good that young women are waking up, but with what I've seen with this clip, this chick's far gone.
Yeah.
And you might not can bring her back. And her friends might disagree with her, but they got the woman's code. You know what? Yes. And that's the problem.
Because she felt like she dropped a bomb. Because you see the friend in the middle, she's like, oh, yeah, and all of that. I'm like, no.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just no. Women think that men are disposable as well.
That's what feminism has sold women.
Exactly. They're disposable. They ain't ish. Women are, well, they want to be superior to men. We already said that already. A lot of the modern women, they're like, well, I've got my PhD. I make 6 figures.
Okay.
I'm a boss B. Like, please, you can't afford all of this. This is their attitude.
They think because I have money, men are intimidated by me. If a man, look, a young boy could beat up a big woman, why would a man be intimidated by that woman? Let it make sense. Oh, because I make more money. Okay, if you make more money, it's not like I can spend it.
Exactly. It's just pointless bringing it up.
So
may as well keep it to
I'm
yourself.
just saying. It's just the obvious, right? I'm just saying. Women are now becoming the men that they say they want. If the dude is straight, he don't want that chick because she acts like a dude. It's just not going to work for him. I'm just saying. That's my final thought on that. What do you want to add before we close out?
This feminism has lied to you. That's all I pretty much have to say. They've lied. They've admitted that they've lied. You know,
They're admitting shit. Your outcomes prove it was a lie.
Yes.
They admitted nothing.
They have, but the lady who was a part of it.
She's come, okay. They've given you a jewel, but no one admitted nothing. You have women still strong, deep in the game.
Of course you do.
10 toes down, saying this is the way. But I'll say this, I'll argue this. For some, it may be the way. For others, are you getting the outcomes that you want? Now, listening to that, you say to those women, 50-50, right? They say, yeah. But really and truly, you want a man to pay 100% of the bills.
Yeah.
But when you hear that loud bang at night, that man's got to go risk his life. It's not 50-50 then.
Nope.
That's all I want to say. In that being said, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's some of our thoughts. People, smash that like button.
Yep. Subscribe to the channel.
It's all good. Anyways, see you in the next one. Peace.